Hello, and welcome to the Feeling Good podcast, where you can learn powerful techniques to change the way you feel. I am your host, Dr. Rhonda Borowski, and joining me here in the Murrieta studio is Dr. David Burns. Dr. Burns is a pioneer in the development of cognitive behavioral therapy and the creator of the new TEAM therapy. He is the author of Feeling Good, which has sold over 5 million copies in the United States and has been translated into over 30 languages. His latest book, Feeling Great, contains powerful new techniques that make rapid recovery possible for many people struggling with depression and anxiety. Dr. Burns is currently an emeritus adjunct professor of clinical psychiatry at Stanford University School of Medicine. Hello, David, and welcome to all of the Feeling Good podcast listeners across the United States, Canada, Mexico, throughout the world, and throughout the galaxy. This is episode 399. And David, this is the conclusion to the personal work that you and Jill did with Cody in the Tuesday group.
Absolutely. And I want to just put a word of thanks in for Cody for giving us not only what I think will be a very inspiring and maybe a little bit emotional experience for you, seeing Cody's transformation, the amazing outcome, but also a good learning experience for you, because when somebody freezes up or shows the problem in real time, that just makes the work so much more multidimensional and real. So let's dive in and turn on our ears. They're automatically on all the time.
And turn on our hearts.
Yeah. We may have to turn them on sometimes. So, sure.
And, thanks to you and Jill for doing such terrific work with Cody. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
and
awesome.
It's always a joy to work with you, Jill. Actually, she's not with us right now, but imagining that she was, to work with you, Jill.
Yeah.
Because you're just amazing. You're a warm and wonderful therapist, but you also make great teaching points that are so helpful for everyone, including me, and also including our beloved Rhonda.
Oh, yeah. Jill's wisdom and her vast knowledge of experience comes through in every moment that she speaks.
She's one of the most beautiful people I know, kind and moral and really pure of hearts. And that's why it was such a surprise when she was arrested for shoplifting earlier in the week.
Shh. I think she wants to keep that a secret.
I didn't say that. David's just being goofy.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to take a listen to Cody's transformation now.
So, and now, just as a teaching point for folks, we're ready to move on to M equals methods. We're done with A equals assessment of resistance, and one thing people are often saying is that people feel so much better. You may not, but most people, I think you probably do already, feel better. Isn't the positive reframing enough? And my answer to that is it's not. It opens the door to rapid change, rapid recovery, whatever you want to call it. And often people do feel a lot better because the shame has disappeared. But the getting on to crush these negative thoughts is still a massively important part of what we're doing in therapy, and the positive reframing just makes that process much easier. And if you're ready to do that, which of those thoughts would you like to work on first?
Start with number one.
Number one, I shouldn't have screwed up. And we can think about tonight, since you did kind of screw up a little bit tonight, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So what are the distortions in that thought? I'll turn it over to you, Jill. I'm monopolizing here.
That's okay. So Cody, what are the distortions in this thought? I shouldn't have screwed up.
I think, Well, the obvious one is the should statement.
Yes, it is a should statement.
And then why is there's two parts to, explain the distortions. You identify the distortion, and then you explain why, two things about it. Why is that highly misleading and kind of untrue? And number two, why is that unfair? Why is that should statement not really valid? And why is it not fair?
Yeah. So it's misleading because it's just not true that I shouldn't ever screw up. Obviously, I'm going to screw up from time to time.
Right.
It's not fair because no person should be, or it's just unreasonable to say that I should never screw up. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Obviously,
and how much do you believe what you just said?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Put that in the right-hand column. This thought is ridiculous. And that's 100. And now, how much do you believe I shouldn't have screwed up?
Well, I'm going to add to the positive thought that that I would like to not screw up. That it's fine to screw up from time to time.
Yeah, but it's fine. Yeah, is it fine like wine?
Oh yeah, just like wine.
Yeah. And how much do you believe that one? It's I'd like not to, but it's fine. How much do you believe that?
0. Wait. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
100. Great. And now I shouldn't have screwed up. How much do you believe that?
0.
Oh, 0. Awesome. Yeah. Now, Jill, should we go right into externalization of voices?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay. You want us to kick it off? You ready to go into high gear now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And remember, there's a lot of pressure on you, and we have tremendously high expectations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we're jumping to externalization of voices rather than going through all the distortions because we, think we can with Cody. And also I'm hoping that we might get to do some other methods like feared fantasy or self-disclosure or things like that. So Cody, we'll do externalization of the voices. So we're each going to play parts of you. I'm going to start out, if it's okay with you, I'll be kind of negative Cody, and I'll put the negative thought to you, and you can be positive Cody, and I'll be hitting you in the second person, you, like you shouldn't have screwed up, and you'll be responding in the first person. And if you get stuck, I'm happy to do a role reversal, and we can just kind of keep shooting it back and forth until you can really kind of crush this negative thought. Cody, you were doing that suicide screening role play with your supervisor and those other therapists, and you froze, and you shouldn't have screwed up.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't like screwing up, and it sucks, but it's kind of ridiculous to beat up on myself like this when that's exactly what I'm trying to learn something new. I'm trying to get better at something. It makes sense that I'm going to screw up when I'm doing something that I'm not 100% prepared for. And even if I feel like I am, it might still happen. And that's just a thing that, any person's going to happen to. So.
Great. And who won that, Cody? Was that you or me?
Yeah, I won.
Was that big or small?
I think it was big.
Was that big or huge?
I would have liked to add in, this thought is ridiculous. And it's stupid to keep saying this to myself.
You started there, actually. You said it's ridiculous to beat up on myself.
Okay.
That was the first thing you said. But you want to make sure it's kind of like the counterattack. Is that what you're saying? The like, yeah. You want to add that little piece about how, it's not screwing up. That's the problem, but it's like that counterattack. Is that what you were?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's hear it. So you can practice that part. Cody, you shouldn't have screwed up.
Yeah. I mean, that thought is ridiculous. It's not true that I shouldn't have screwed up. What's ridiculous is, believing this thought that I'm like not ever supposed to screw up. That's just not helpful. Well, maybe a bit helpful to me to motivate me, but I don't need to beat up on myself over this. So it's bullcrap.
Awesome. And who won that? Was that you or me?
That was me. Yeah.
I thought big or small?
Big.
And big or huge?
I thought that was huge.
Okay. My turn. Could I talk to you for a minute, Cody?
Sure.
And then we're going to have all the group members do this. So it's going to be like tag team externalization of voices. So this is my turn, and then we'll go to Ed and whoever wants to jump in, who's got the list of negative thoughts. But could I talk to you for a minute, Cody?
Sure.
I know you beat down that Jill voice, but you're not going to be able to beat down mine because my statement is true. Are you ready to hear it?
Yeah.
It's a fact of the universe that you're not good enough. Face it, accept it.
That's yeah. I mean, good enough. I don't know what good enough means. If it means that I never screw up ever, that's just not true. I think I'm exactly where I want to be. And I think the accepting my flaws is what I want. And it's just ridiculous to tell myself that I'm not good enough. Because there's no such thing as good enough. You're just always constantly getting better. All I can really do is notice what I'm not quite as good at as I'd like to be and improve slowly over time by practicing. And so this thought is just, it's just not true. I'm not good enough. It doesn't make any sense.
Who won?
I did.
Big or small?
Big.
Big or huge?
I want to add more acceptance to it.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not good enough. I mean, it's true that I'm going to screw up from time to time. I might even freeze again. I probably will. It's probably 100% going to happen at some point. It doesn't mean that I'm not good enough. It just means I'm a person that, wants to do well. And I like that about me. And it's just not true that I'm not good enough. I'm perfect where I am. I'm flawed, and that's totally fine.
Who won?
I think I did. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
Huge. Nice. Yep. Okay. Will you take up the role for the next one, Ed? And then after that, we'll just let people raise their hand.
Okay. I'd love to. Hi, Cody.
Hey.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cody, it's me, Negative Cody. And listen, I have to let you know, you in no way, shape, or form do you belong here. You shouldn't be here.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's super harsh for me to say that to myself. Like, I don't think, well, I would never say that to somebody. It doesn't make sense to say it to myself. If anything, I think I'm in a right spot. Yeah,
Yeah. Should we take a time out there?
sure.
How did that feel? Was that who won?
I won, but it's small.
You won, but what was the last word you said?
I thought it was small.
Small. Okay. Okay. Do you want to go again?
Or do a role reversal.
Should we do a role reversal?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do a role reversal.
Okay. Okay. You want to attack me?
Sure. So, yeah, it froze up and you're really anxious. You don't belong here. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah. I also feel that that's like super harsh to hear that.
By the way, what's your name, Cody?
Negative Cody.
Okay, all right.
That's really super harsh when you say that. It doesn't make me feel good. In fact, it triggers a lot of those feelings that I've been talking about tonight of inferiority. So, I'd have to say, like, I want to accept myself now. I want to accept myself for being the flawed person that I am, and I don't need you anymore. I think you're trying to look out for me, but you just go too far. And I don't need you to be so rough to me anymore.
Okay.
Take time out there?
Yeah.
Okay. How was that? Who won that?
Yeah, I thought you did.
I did? Okay. Was it small or big?
I thought it was big.
It was. Big or huge?
Thought it, like, between big and huge.
Not quite. Okay, so not quite huge.
I felt like, yeah.
Do another role reversal.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's kick it around again. Okay, so I'm going to be negative Cody again. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hey Cody, it's me again, negative Cody, and I just wanted to let you know that you really just absolutely don't belong here. You shouldn't be here.
Right. Well, I think that's total bullcrap. I think I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, although I do want to, improve and get better, but this is exactly the place to be if I want to get better. Say I don't belong here, I shouldn't be here. Oh, no, I mean, it's complete bullcrap because this is exactly the place I want to be if I want to get better at something. Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like that was good. Yeah.
That was good, yeah. Was it small or big?
I thought that was big.
Big or huge?
Yeah, I thought that was huge.
Oh, good. What got it there? What made the difference this time?
Oh, I don't know. Just saying that the lot, like, if I'm doing a role play, I mean, that's the whole point, is to screw up. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I should be. I don't want to be with a, client. I'd rather be in a role play than with a client screwing up. Right.
Yeah. Right. So that felt like self-defense to me, because you were kind of telling me that I was wrong, but I think you had kind of like a new element of logic there at that time of like, yeah, I do mess up. So that actually means the opposite, that it's not like I don't belong here. This is exactly where I belong.
Right.
Okay.
So it's bullcrap.
Yeah, it's bullcrap.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. David, should we pass it to somebody else?
Yeah. I thought that was great. I would say I do belong here because I hear they're going to rename this group, that this is the group for defective therapists.
The misfits, the non-belongers,
Yeah.
the screw-ups.
Who wants to jump on Cody next? We've got
People who are willing to know how screwed up they are. How about that?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, Liza has her hand up. Did that mean you wanted to volunteer to help to do the externalization of voices?
Yes.
I also saw that Regina had her hand up too. I missed that.
We'll give them both a shot. There's some powerful women that are going to blast you, Cody.
Hi, Cody. I just wanted to let you know that, I think something's wrong with you. I'm thinking there might be something wrong with your brain.
I have no idea. I don't. Well, okay. What's something? It depends on what you mean by the definition of wrong. I don't think that. I guess there's no way for me to know if I have some kind of medical condition, but for what it's worth, this kind of freezing sensation does benefit me in some way. And actually, maybe my brain is like not like defective or wrong or something, but it's like actually doing something good for me and shows something about me that's really positive and great. And I need to stop acting like, oh, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with my brain. And just, I'd rather probably be, a defective, not defective, but I'm just, a person that has from this thing from time to time. And it's kind of beneficial and actually kind of, I don't know, a little bit cool from time that I do have this. Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with my brain.
So did you, who won that, you or me?
No, I think I won that.
And was that, small or big?
I thought that was, big.
And big or huge?
I thought it was huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Can we move on? Can I do a role, show you a different style on that one?
Yeah.
Cody, yeah. I'll be the positive Cody, you be the negative.
Sounds good. So, yeah, something's wrong with you. It's like your brain.
Oh, I know. I couldn't agree more. And the thing that's most wrong with me?
What's that?
Listening to your bullshit all the time.
Yep.
How did that one work?
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly what I want to go for.
Acceptance and counterattack, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And anyway, maybe we should, starting with Regina, jump up to feared fantasy. What do you think, Jill and Cody?
Yeah, Cody. So the question is, would you be open to doing the feared fantasy now, where we would be the group goers from hell? You'd kind of be in the Tuesday group. You'd have just frozen, and the rules of this role play would be that, the things that you're so worried that others would be thinking about you, they really are thinking about you. And not only are they thinking it, but they're going to get up in your face and kind of aggressively tell you all these kind of terrible things that they're thinking about you and judging you and all of that. And then you would be responding, right? And the goal isn't, this is kind of like, this isn't like social skills training, like how to deal with a critic, but it's more like exposure, right? To kind of the thing you're most afraid of. Mm-hmm. Would you be willing or interested in doing that with us right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
And
then
will you kick it off, Regina?
That's what I was going to ask too.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're the group member from hell. And now it's actually someone in the group who's confronting you, Cody. So go for it.
Yeah. Hey, Cody. I just was really thinking about this freezing up. And I actually think you deserve to freeze up, because you know what? You failed to find something that's good, that you're good at. And clearly your freezing up is showing you that you're not good at it. And you know what? I'm better at it than you. So
Got it. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think, I don't know. I'm getting kind of lost. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, is it really like a big deal that I'm freezing up? I'm trying to get better at this, and sure, I'm not 100% good at it, but I mean, you're being kind of a jerk.
yeah. Do I keep going or let it go?
Well, we want to find out who won, right? So you
Okay,
can
who
say who
won?
won.
Who won, Cody?
Oh, I thought I did.
Okay. Was it small or big?
I thought it was big.
Was it big or huge?
Yeah, I thought it was huge.
Okay.
Right. Let someone else take it, and then stick with the things on the back of the mood log, like 5A is the one we're going to do next. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot. Who? Oh, you want to take that one to Nuge?
Yeah, I'll take it. Cody, I really want you to know, I was thinking about this, the fact that you froze up on a role play about suicide. I mean, that's such an easy topic that none of, my colleagues and I never struggle with. And I can't imagine someone getting scared over that. So I just want you to know that I really think you're quite an idiot. And I suspect that everybody in this group feels the same way.
Got it. That's I mean, that's super harsh. That seems kind of ridiculous to say to somebody. I don't know why you think suicide's an easy topic, but I don't know.
But thanks to you, to Nuge, I've decided to commit suicide.
Right. No, geez, yeah. If people think I'm an idiot because of a screw up like that, I guess they can be my guest. Just go ahead.
Yeah. Who won that?
I think I did.
Was it big or small?
I thought it was big.
Was it big or huge?
I think huge.
Great.
Our last contender here is one that you will have no chance against. I hike with her on Sundays. I know what a powerhouse she is. Marianne.
Cody, everybody is like talking about, in the past, but I just want to bring it to tonight. You know how when David was talking about that story and you just didn't get it, I think you're an idiot. It was just so obvious about the story and the morale of the story, and you just didn't get it.
I don't know. It's true I didn't get it. Yeah, I don't know. It's true I didn't get it. Well, I don't know. I don't get a lot of things. I guess, I don't know. It's just another thing I don't get. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a huge deal.
Okay,
ask her if she gets everything right away.
Oh, do you get everything right away?
Because you should have come to the lunch this Sunday. David said something and I immediately got it. He did not need to repeat it like 7 times, and my brain did not skip the part that I wasn't understanding. I just got it the very first time. Yeah,
that's amazing. Have you always?
I'm so
always done that. You've always had that ability. It's just
no, I'm just getting better at it.
Oh wow, it's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, I wish I could do that, but yeah. Things that just fly over my head a lot of the times, and I just don't. I don't know. So from time to time, I just struggle with understanding things, and but I'm happy you don't have that. So.
Yeah. Who won?
I think I did. Yeah.
Big or small?
The big.
Big or huge?
Huge.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well done.
So
Thank
now
you.
let's turn it back to our top teacher and shrink, Dr. Jill, to see for some closing touches. We want to get the end of session ratings here on the mood log, but you were mentioning some self-disclosure, and I don't want to be cruel, but I was thinking about something like that too for homework, like maybe telling 10 people a day that I often freeze up when I'm on the spot or something like that, or I don't know what you were thinking about exactly, but there could be some really neat follow-up homework.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, I guess I just wanted to say it was like truly my favorite part was doing the feared fantasy. Not that I was doing it, but watching you do the feared fantasy, Cody, because I really did see a very different side of you that was like lighthearted and able to kind of poke fun at yourself. And it really like it felt like kind of a very different part of you than I saw for most of the therapy session. I just want to ask you first, like, did you feel that shift?
Yeah. I felt more loosened up, and I don't know. I didn't feel as serious. Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt like you were killing it in that role of just kind of not taking it too seriously. And like, wow, you get things so quickly. I don't. I happen to like takes me a while. I don't pick up on things and also just consistently like, wow, that sounds really harsh, right? So you like judge people when they don't get stuff right away, huh? That sounds rough. Like there was so much truth and such a different energy to the feared fantasy. So, I mean, I guess I would say, yeah, let's talk about self-disclosure, but I'm thinking that it might even be beneficial for you to, I don't know, see if you can practice more feared fantasy on your own. Either you could practice it just by kind of reading these negative, like kind of trying to be the peanut gallery and like talking back to it with that kind of lighthearted, not taking yourself too seriously and kind of curious stance. You could also find a partner in this group or another group that you're part of and even do some more practice on the feared fantasy, just because I felt like I really saw things kind of unraveling in a good way for you.
Maybe let's do one more on unravel. Who's the worst person to attack you one more time with one of your thoughts in a feared fantasy context?
Or is there a person that you feel most worried about judging you, like me or David or someone else, or even in the other practice group that you're in? Just curious, like you could imagine one of us being that person, or maybe it's pretty vague and non-specific.
I mean, I think, yeah, like you or David are definitely like the more, more skilled you are, the more I'm like, oh.
So why don't you pick me or David? Is that okay, David, for one of us?
I'll let you go. I want to go because I'm so addicted to feared fantasy, but I'm going to give it to you. This is a gift.
You do it. I don't want to deprive you of your favorite.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jill. You're so kind. Could I talk to you for a minute, Cody?
Sure.
And by the way, it's important to read the thoughts of the person rather than making up your own when you're doing feared fantasy and externalization of voices. Because it's the idea is not just to be mean to somebody, but allow them to achieve their own enlightenment. But I know you thought you were doing good here, Cody, limping along, screwing up as you go along. But let's face it, you should not be in this profession. And there's no way that you can defeat me on that. You know it. I know it. Everyone here in the room knows that.
And this is coming.
It's the truth.
This is coming from you.
Yeah, I'm an expert. I'm one of the top people in the world, in fact. And I can judge people really fast.
Yeah. And hey, I definitely respect that. And you're saying that the thing that I did, what was that? That I shouldn't be in this profession is what?
Because you freeze up once a month.
Oh.
And then you get all upset about it, like a little baby or something. This profession is for smooth operators.
Got it. So people who freeze up once in a while are not allowed in this profession, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then count me out, I guess. But I mean,
who won?
I'd say I did.
Yeah, big or small?
I think big. Yeah.
Big or huge?
I think huge.
Huge. Yeah.
With just really some simple inquiry was kind of what did it, like explain that. How does that work? What is it exactly I did wrong? Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. That's how it is.
Yeah. You really have me on the ropes there. You
awesome.
hit like that was a punch to the that was a body blow, and I ended up short of breath. Let's put it that way. Let's see how you're feeling right now.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Just you asked David, and then yes, we should do what you're suggesting. But you asked about self-disclosure and what I had in mind. And so I just wanted to say what I originally had in mind, Cody, was that I was actually thinking that in the moment when you're doing role plays with people, if you do feel like you're screwing up, if you feel anxious, actually, as soon as possible, using self-disclosure to just kind of label it. Yeah, I noticed that I kind of didn't get that one, and I'm starting to feel pretty nervous, and I sometimes freeze up when I do role plays with people, especially when I get in my head about all the mistakes I'm making, and just like taking a minute, 30 seconds to just say that in the moment. Because I was thinking that tonight when we were talking about something and you said you didn't actually quite get it, but you kind of acted like you did. But in that moment, if you had been like, I don't really know what you're talking about, David. Like, I'm sometimes slow and I just don't get things. It's going over my head. I feel like there's a lot, sometimes, it's like this paradox where like we acknowledge it and it almost starts to melt away. And we see that like when people start to blush and they're like, oh, I blush really easily. You sort of, in that moment, it almost, it starts to drain its power.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, kind of going. Yeah,
so, Cody, I sense you're freezing up right now. You're not being super articulate.
Yeah.
Do your thing now.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I freeze up from time to time, and I just didn't really understand that, and
you didn't understand what I was saying. It was crystal clear.
Right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Could you repeat it?
No, because I'm elderly. I can't remember now what I said.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we're both in the same spot. So.
How did that feel to you?
That was good. It was funny.
That's cool.
And then also what David suggested so I was suggesting you could do self-disclosure in the moment. And then David was also suggesting, Cody, that you could also do self-disclosure more across the board. So you could to strangers or friends or family or other people in the other training groups that you're in, just kind of like, hey, this is something I struggle with.
Yeah. I think a big part of it is hiding how I'm feeling.
Yeah. Right.
Because I don't want to, well, one, I don't want to look stupid. And two, like I don't want to bother people by slowing down the process. And so if I just say, hey, I'm not getting it, it's not a huge deal. So
practice it now with several people in the group. Just say, tell several specific people right now that how you freeze up often.
Oh, yeah, Tanuj, yeah, I freeze up from time to time, and yeah, I don't know.
And I'm doing it now.
Oh, I'm doing it now, and I feel like I didn't quite get it, and I'm trying to hide that I didn't get it, but I think it's better to just say I am not understanding, and yeah, maybe you could repeat what you said because I just didn't hear you. I'm a little slow.
How did that feel?
It felt good. Yeah.
I like it when you said I'm a little slow. It reminds me that there was a therapist in our group many, many, many years ago, Edna Esnall, and she actually did exactly that. I mean, it was very public, but she would say, I'm like a turtle. Like it takes me a long time to get new concepts. Once I get them, I kind of own them, but it takes me a long time. So whenever she would be in my breakout group, she'd be like, remember, I'm a turtle. You got to go slow. And I was just like, oh my God, I love you, turtle, because, you're just owning it. You're just embracing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, let's
to keep up with subtitles.
Yeah, yeah, right. I want to, I can't even understand things on television sometimes these days, to be honest with you. I put on the subtitles and I hear it and I read it and I don't know what these people are talking about. But let's see how you're feeling right now. How sad are you from 0 to 100?
Oh, 0.
0. How anxious, worried, nervous, frightened?
Oh, no, 0. Yeah.
0. I'm writing these in the outcome column, and you should be also. How bad are you feeling?
0.
0. How inferior, inadequate, defective, and incompetent?
Is this? Well, 5. 0, but like I am defective, so like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
0 though, in a bad way. 0.
Yeah, you're defective, but in a state of blissful denial.
Yeah.
Yeah. How alone are you feeling?
0.
0.
Yeah, none of that.
And then how embarrassed, humiliated, foolish,
0.
self-conscious? 0. How hopeless, discouraged, despairing?
Nothing.
Frustrated, stuck, defeated?
None. Yeah. Irritated. None.
Irritated, confused?
None. Yeah.
And then 2 questions that I always ask, and then we'll turn it over to the class. The first thing is, are these ratings real, or are you just being nice to help out the elderly, increasingly demented by the day guy? And then the second question is, if they are real, what were the effective ingredients in the session tonight? What were the things that were especially helpful to you?
No, they're totally real. I think a big reduction, like a big drop in anxiety, and just all my feelings happened after the positive reframe. Actually, when you said that, I was like, oh, maybe we don't need to do anything else. Like was feeling pretty good.
Oh, cool. So that helped, the positive reframe.
That was it. That was a huge one. I felt like externalization of voices was helpful because it got me in the rhythm of, or in the groove of accepting things. And then feared fantasy, I think doing more of that would be great, because it's just, I don't know. Yeah. Ridiculous to think why would, I don't know. Yeah.
Could I talk to you for a minute, Cody?
Sure.
I judge you.
Oh, well, I guess. But
do a role reversal. Say it to me.
Okay. I judge you.
I'm a very judgeable person. Go at it.
Good.
So let's open it up to the group. Thank you, Cody. It was really a fabulous thing. And thank you for bringing your freezingness right into the group. It just added a little extra spice and depth to what we did here. You folks have been very patient. So now's the time to make comments, to ask questions, whatever.
I just have one more thing to add. Sorry, I'm trying to jam it all in here. I guess I have 2 more thoughts real quick, and then I'll be quiet so others can comment. Sorry, as people are raising their hands, they're moving around on the screen. So one thing I just wanted to say, Cody, you may know this already, so I do feel silly if I'm saying something that's really obvious. But since you said this piece about like my brain doesn't work well, I think, but when one is anxious, we talk about the fight or flight system all the time, but the third thing is freeze, right? So we fight, we flee, or we freeze. And that is this kind of like evolutionarily adaptive sympathetic nervous system going on in the brain. So I'm just saying, I think it's helpful to realize there's some anxiety that's happening before you freeze, obviously, right? And you're probably telling yourself things like, I should be able to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. And then that anxiety, right? The way that you're thinking about the task as like super important, big, scary, et cetera, causes you to freeze, right? And so I was just thinking that even working on that anticipatory anxiety about all these, they are hard. I'm not going to know what I'm doing, and that's totally fine. Rather than the after the fact anxiety, which is you screwed up and that's okay. You can even be thinking, I'm going into, a role-playing situation. I'm not going to know what I'm doing. And that's cool, right? That's the goal. That's what I want, right? Like bring on the learning. Because I think the more that you can work on that kind of anticipatory anxiety, then probably you won't like have that fight, flight, freeze, so often. And then of course, if you do, you can also be like, all right, that's part of the learning process too. I know that was a lot, so I just rambled. Does that make sense? And if not,
yeah.
Awesome.
No, this is a time where I did understand. I could probably do a couple mood logs on the thoughts I'm having before a role play or right before I free. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, right. That if you worked on that anticipatory anxiety, you might also kind of not have the fight, flight, freeze. And then the last thing I was going to say was that I just wanted to share this idea of self-disclosure. David, I don't know if you remember this. You use self-disclosure very often, but David and I did this presentation at a conference, at the Evolution of Psychotherapy conference, and there were like maybe 1,000 people in the audience or something, and I was terrified in the beginning, and I was shaking a lot, and I had like a glass of water in front of me, and we were presenting on social anxiety. And I feel nervous when I present all the time, and I present with my anxiety along for the ride. And so I started talking, and we were talking about social anxiety. And then I shared, I don't remember when in the presentation, I think it was pretty early, but I said, I'm feeling pretty anxious right now. I'm so anxious. My hand was shaking. I was trying to decide, my hand was shaking and my mouth was dry. Did I want to risk picking up the glass of water to make my mouth less dry? But then I would shake it all over the place. So I decided, just be thirsty, but don't move your hand, and that was all happening. It was all true. But I honestly felt such a great amount of relief just sharing that. And it's sort of,
Yeah. It is so cool.
Self-disclosure is very powerful.
Yeah.
That's the moral.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you to you, Cody. It's always a joy being in this group and having the chance to work with you, Jill. And just to be a part of this process. It just, to me, this is like one of the greatest experiences of my life is when we're doing personal work. And Cody, you've really put us over the top. You were just fantastic. And your high spot was when you were, brave enough to freeze up right here. And bring the bacon home, make it real in real time, and then just to see your transformation, your enlightenment happening in real time too. I'm elderly and probably have low standards, but to me it's mind blowing. It's like magic that we're participating in and watching tonight. It's a human being's life being changed in a joyous way. And that sounds like a lot of hype, but to me, it's something that we really watched and participated in and experienced together.
I think that was a great way to end it. Maybe Cody had something to say, though. I just meant to say I don't have anything to add.
No, I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, yeah. Please, yeah.
Thanks so much, Cody. It was really fun to work with you.
This has been another episode of the Feeling Good podcast. For more information, visit Dr. Burns' website at feelinggood.com, where you will find the show notes under the podcast page. You will also find archives of previous episodes and many resources for therapists and non-therapists. We welcome your comments and questions. If you want to support the show, please share the podcast with people who might benefit from it. You could also go to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating. I am your host, Rhonda Borowski, the director of the Feeling Great Therapy Center. We hope you enjoyed this episode. I invite you to join us next time for another episode of the Feeling Good podcast.